Well, Iceland, I have to say, is quickly becoming my favourite country on earth, apart from New Zealand, of course. How good did they do in Euro 2016, getting into the quarterfinals, knocking England out of the round of 16? Marvellous stuff. Last week, actually, Miss Iceland decided to pull out of a beauty pageant in Las Vegas because the owner said that she was too big and needed to lose some weight. So quite rightfully, she pulled the pin on that one. They've also got the Pirate Party, which is a party that really hasn't been in existence that long. I think only about 4 years. They're contesting the general election, which is coming up very shortly in Iceland, and they're making one heck of a fist of it as well. In fact, they are doing so well, Lisa Scott, in the polls that they could be like a Winston Peters, but with like 4 times as much the votes.
That is awesome, but also, I hate to break people's hearts, but they're not actually pirates, are they, Don?
No, they're actually made up, Lisa, it's a fine point you raise, of, if I can just remember this correctly, anarchists, web geeks, hackers and libertarians. And I've sort of gone through and thought, well, I'm sort of not very technologically minded, so I'm not really a hacker or a web geek, but I do admire their expertise. I'm sort of mildly libertarian to a large degree, and I don't mind a wee bit of anarchy from time to time as well. They kind of tick a few boxes.
Oh, you always love the Icelanders, don't you? There's something terribly cool, not to pun, about them. But the party's promised to grant asylum to US whistleblower Edward Snowden. Is that a good idea?
Yeah, that's the vexed issue of Snowden. Well, they've also are campaigning effectively on a platform of privacy issues as well. Yeah. Which I think is great, because I think governments can have just a little
corruption.
bit
They
too
believe
much
there's a lot of
information.
corruption in government in Iceland, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. The other thing that you would have to consider here, on a slightly more serious note, is this, the worldwide rejection of institutional politics. If you look at Brexit and things like that, Sanders, Trump, etc. Yeah. Then there is kind of a wee bit of a movement sort of going on globally at the moment.
Yeah, Brave New World. It's a bit scary.
It is. Yeah.
So they're going to let voters have a direct say over decriminalising drugs and whether Bitcoin can be recognised as currency.
Yeah, they are indeed. The interesting thing as well, if we can just go to the quote here. The Pirate Party last week ruled out the possibility of entering a coalition with the Independence Party or the centrist Progressive Party. Birgitta Jonsdottir has suggested that she would prefer to be the Speaker of the Icelandic Parliament rather than become Prime Minister. A selfless act.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? And all of us for a crowd-funded party that's less than 4 years old. And how much percentage of vote do they have?
They have over 22% of the vote at the moment.
They're going to romp.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope they do. Did you know we actually have a pirate party here in New Zealand as well? Yeah, they're not up to much. But the Pirate Party is actually sort of a worldwide movement as well. But it's in Iceland that they seem to be making the biggest waves.